Hello everyone, I'm Zach, and welcome back to the Freeman Project. So if you're here, you are in the very early stages of what I'm building, or you are watching an introductory playlist that I've made. You may notice that a lot of the next few videos that I post will be on a sort of self-improvement line of thinking, a self-help, I guess you could say. And you might be wondering if I'm building that kind of thing, or I'm trying to use this channel to send that kind of message, and in a way I am, because I want to bring together people that are looking to do better, because we must hold ourselves to a higher standard in order to improve our country and create the networks and infrastructure that will allow us to make change and to just generally insulate ourselves so that we no longer live in a world where people can lose their jobs for not just the wrong opinions, but even very basic opinions. So, with all of that said, let me get into the concept of today's video. I am attempting, with the next several videos, to hand you the framework upon which I have drastically changed and improved my own life, and the framework upon which I would recommend you base your own life and self-improvement. And obviously some of this can interchange, but this one in particular, I really think you should not change, you should not adapt, you should hold to this and then work the subsections within it to your personal needs. I'm going to draw heavily from Sean Whalen's book, How to Make Shit Happen. Now, this book, I do recommend that you read it because it explains this concept not only in more detail, but with active steps. It is not a complicated read. You can probably sit down and read it in an hour. It's basically a very extended Facebook post. It's large print, double spacing, things like that. It's not very formal at all. But the concept that he gives and the concept that I have centered my life around in order to improve it, and the concept that I strongly suggest you lean your own life towards, in order to better accomplish your aims, is Core 4. What is Core 4? Well, I'm going to adapt it a bit from what he says in here to how I use it, having been doing it for close to 2 years now. And then perhaps you want to change the language. The language he uses is power, passion, purpose, and production. I guess he likes alliteration. The language I would use is fitness or body. What I write down on my I don't have my notes right here, but what I write down is body. And then relationships, then purpose, and then production. I don't change those two because production is both producing money and general things you need to do to produce the world that these other things are based in. Meaning, if I need to go to the store, that goes under production. If I need to, unless it's for a gift or something, but like for different things around the house, or I need to mow the lawn, that's going to go under production. Now, going to the store for groceries might go under body, because I need to buy the appropriate things for my fitness. I apologize, my dog has found a squeaky toy that I thought I had taken from him. Anyway, so I highly recommend that you plan your week out either on Sunday night, Monday morning. It's very easy for me to plan my week out Sunday night because I will attend some kind of church service, or I will watch church online, something to that effect, and just kind of relax on Sunday. I really try to give myself sort of a Sabbath day that day. And Sunday evenings are very relaxed, very lazy for me. And so what I do is I sit down and I plan out my week. I literally write a schedule for every day of the week, and that schedule has what I'm doing in core 4 for that day, and then I break down like a general schedule so that I have an idea of what I should be doing at any given time. Now, things come up, and so you kind of have to adapt, but when you get, if something comes up, you fix whatever that thing is, and then you pick this up because it's your roadmap, and you get back to whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. And I always allow myself a considerable amount of time at the end of my day for rest. I'm talking about 4 hours, usually. Some days it's 2, some days it's 6. Most days it's about 4. And that way, if I do fall behind, hopefully I can make that up before I go to bed. And if I get everything done early, awesome. More for me, I get to relax some more. So, these goals are based towards a long-term goal. And I set a long-term goal in each of these. Usually, what I've started doing lately is making it like a 12-week goal. Like, here's where I want to be in 12 weeks. Break that down. What does that mean I have to do every single day for the next 12 weeks that I can do right now to get me to that goal? And if I can't do it right now, what's the build-up period going to look like? And so I'll build up to that for 12 weeks, and then I'll do 12 weeks sustained next. Or 90 days, however you want to plan it. I do it week by week because it's easier. And that way I can just pick it up. Here's what I have to do today. For example, my fitness right now. I have to get 150 or more calories of protein a day and consume a net of 2,000 or less calories and work out a minimum of 30 minutes a day. It changes depending on what my trainer has scheduled for me that day. I have 2 days of active rest where I basically am walking or playing basketball or doing something for an hour instead of a half hour. But a lot of days I lift fairly intensely, and that's what I'm doing. In relationships, it's very important to get personal with these things. And I don't just mean your relationship with your significant other, I mean your relationship with your friends. Do you want a better relationship with your friends? Literally sit and write in your core 4 that you are going to text a group chat one day, or make a group chat, or text an individual person that you want to better your friendship with on certain days. Same thing with your significant other. Schedule out things to do with them. And set goals like that. I have multiple goals in each of my fields, really. But I have multiple goals in my relationship field because I have goals with my friendships, and I have goals with my girlfriend, and I have goals with my relationships with my kids. And then you get into purpose. Purpose is where things like church go, and reading, general nurturing of your mind, kind of go in here. Anything related to church I stick in here. And I used to stick things related to what I see my calling being in purpose. But I find that I am a very production-minded person, a very production-focused person. So things like this are more likely to get done if I shift them into the production thing and I set this up and run it like I'm running a business. Now, luckily, I have other business goals with completely unrelated businesses, really, so that I do not have to chase a specific monetary amount. I can chase goals within what I'm building here. And I literally get up, I have a day-by-day plan, and I just pick that up in the morning, and that's what I do. Sometimes a couple things have to be rearranged, like I said, but I get back on track. So, again, body, relationships, purpose, production. Production is business. That's your income. I highly recommend you have more than one thing here. If you're in a job, that's fine. Generate a second source of income, especially if you're in a job and you're an openly conservative person. That means that you are always at risk of some knucklehead trying to cancel you and get you fired or what have you for the wrong opinions. And the entire purpose of this group is to negate that. The number one way I'm telling you to negate something like that is multiple streams of income. I myself will narrow one of these. We'll make cryptocurrency one thing. I myself have cryptocurrency, stock flipping, and my business, which isn't a major source of income right now, but the other two are. And I have built up a decent savings. I worked to get where I'm at so that I can get further towards these other goals. So that's 3 streams of income right there. I also will occasionally drive for like Amazon or some company like that just to make some extra money here or there, flip some things online if I can. But I highly recommend you do that and you get very intentional, and do not, and I was guilty of this, do not shirk the health and fitness thing. You have not realized your full potential if you are not in good enough shape to get up and go run a mile right now. If you have kids, you cannot play with a child who is healthy at full capacity if you as an adult are not healthy enough to run a mile, in the sense that you're not going... It's one thing if you have like a knee injury, right? Like I personally, running a mile on pavement is going to be a big pain, but I can crank out a mile on an elliptical, no problem. However, if I had to, I could run the mile on pavement. I just don't want to do that every day because of my knee injury, right? The point being the physical endurance. You know what I'm talking about. Don't make up excuses. Just put these things into practice. Highly recommend you pick up this book. He literally gives you step-by-step things to further yourself based on where you're at in each of these. Production, I have obviously found the most useful. I think Sean Whalen is a master when it comes to things like business. There are other people that have made more money than him, but there are very few people that I have seen that have made more money than him and managed to stay as present with their family as he is. So, How to Make Shit Happen is the book recommendation. Start planning out your weeks with daily things in each of these 4 categories and plan yourself a rest. Consider your rest part of your purpose, in the sense of you need to maintain your mind, body, relationships, purpose, production. I hope that can help. I know that I repeated myself a lot in this video, but it's because these 4 things are very important, and if I drill this point home to you, perhaps you will start trying to do this. And I promise, it's not going to come super easily at first. You're going to want to get off track. You're going to have things get in the way, or you're going to overburden yourself. I did this. Start with little things. Build incrementally over time. Let's say you never work out right now. You never go to a gym. So, the way I got myself to start working out again was I would go to the gym. That's it. My goal for 2 weeks solid was not to do a single workout. It was to get inside of the gym. I would literally go there, walk in, turn around and walk out, because I kept having issues making time for things, and so I would shelve them completely. So I was like, fine, I'm going to do this. And then, you know what? I'm going to go up to like a 15-minute workout. I'm going to go in and do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, and maybe some curls, because I want to have bigger biceps. And then I would slowly build out. Now, some other things happened. I had to build a gym out here, but you get the idea. Seriously, if you can't get to a gym for a week, just get up and walk around the block. Something to that effect. Just set up a daily time to text one of the people that you want to have a good relationship with. If you have no idea how to create a second source of income, literally just set aside 15 minutes a day to look for a second source of income. Think Uber, Amazon, Lyft, DoorDash, things like that. Those are super easy things that you can sign up for very, very fast. They're not the most lucrative, but they can start something that you can then invest in something else. So I hope that I have... Oh, and with purpose, I highly suggest a daily devotional. That's a really easy way to get started. There you go. I've given you little things there. I've given you a book to follow up on. I think that's all for this week. And until I see you again, I'm Zach with the Freeman Project. Thank you for your time.